it's Scarlett. Welcome back to my channel. Today is Thursday, April 2nd, another day in quarantine, and I figured I would give you guys my little ultrasound update in this video, just because I know some of you are wondering and I don't want to keep you in the dark about it. And so I decided that I'm going to do my makeup while I tell you guys about it, just because it's kind of a long story, and I also just really feel like doing my makeup because I can't even remember the last time I did. So I just put my sunscreen on. So yeah, I'm not gonna like walk you through like my makeup just because I already have like a video about how I get ready, and it's basically really similar to that still. So yeah, let's jump into it. Okay, so as you guys, I don't think I told you guys this ever in a video before, but I've worked for a foot doctor for about 4 years now. And I just did like simple clerical work while I was there. And I finished up my bachelor's degree while I was working at this job. And then once I graduated and got my bachelor's degree, I took like 6 months off before I decided to go back for ultrasound school. And then, so once I decided to go back to ultrasound school, I was still working there part-time. And then once it came time to do like clinicals, our teacher said that like if we knew anywhere that was like taking students, that we should talk to them and see if they could potentially be a clinical site for us. And so like I didn't really think much into that. I was like, no, like I don't really know anyone. But then I like kind of thought about it more, and I remembered that like my job, since they're a foot doctor, they do ultrasound of the legs. They like rule out DVT, they do arterial and PVR and venous, all that good stuff. And so I told my school about that. I was like, oh, like I just realized that my job has ultrasound, like it's literally vascular. And so I told my job, and they were like pretty excited about it, and they told me that I should talk to my boss. And so I did. I asked her if I could do my clinical rotation there, and amazingly enough, it like fell together rather quickly and seamlessly, which I was really surprised about. And so keep in mind that my first clinical site ever was my job, and so it was like really cool for me because I was like already comfortable there, and so I didn't have like that nervous first term clinical jitters or whatever. And so and we didn't really do vascular in school either, like in lab. It was more like general. And so I like loved it. I loved the protocol. Sorry, my nose ring was being annoying. So yeah, I really liked it. And then once I finished my first term there, then I was supposed to go to another clinical site, but they backed out at the last minute. So then I got to stay at my job for another term. So at this point, like I'm starting to really like vascular. I'm getting more comfortable with it. I'm getting confident in it. And I'm like, this is what I want to do. I want to do legs. I just want to do vascular and scan legs all day, every day. And so then once the second term ended, I told my teacher, I was like, this is what I want to do. Like, I don't even want to do OB. I don't want to do general. Like, I want to do vascular. This is what I like. And she was like, well, you can't. You have to go do OB and general because we're a general program, and you won't be able to graduate if you don't do that stuff. So I was like, ugh. But then she told me that I could probably go back to my job during my last term so that they remember me, even though I was like working there. I don't know, whatever. And so I went out and I did OB and general, and I really didn't like OB at all. But then I got to go there another term and I ended up liking it. But that's besides the story. And I think I already told you guys that in another video. So anyway, after I finished school in December, my boss at the foot doctor, she asked me if I had any job offers because she wanted to offer me a job there to do ultrasound. And so I was like really excited about that. That was like what I wanted. that was like my end game, which is why I just like wanted to be at my job for my last term, just so like it was in my boss's head like, oh yeah, she does ultrasound, like maybe she'll want to work for us. And it kind of worked out in that way. So I was like, no, like this is my only job offer, so I'm accepting it, whatever. So with my job, it's like a pretty big practice. There's 16 doctors and there's 5 different offices, but ultrasound just isn't like a huge thing there yet. Like I would be the 4th ultrasound tech there, and each person gets like a day or 2 of scanning. So like one girl, she works there and then she has like another ultrasound job somewhere else, and then the other 2 girls, they're on the clinical staff at my job. So they're kind of like a nurse slash MA, and then they do ultrasound on the side. And so that's what my boss came to me and said. She was like, I can give you this job opportunity as an ultrasound tech, but you would only be getting like a day of scanning. So you would have to be like an MA, you would have to be part of the clinical staff as well. And she was like, but we would still pay you ultrasound rates for doing all of that. So like it is a good deal. So I was like, yeah, like at least to get like my foot in the door, to get some experience. Like I don't think it's gonna be like my forever job, just because I went to school and like spent a lot of money, and I'd rather be doing what I spent that money on like every day instead of only getting one day of it. But as you guys might know, like it's kind of hard to get a job out there fresh out of school, so you kind of have to just take what you can get. And so that's basically what I'm doing. So I've been training as the MA. Okay, so I just did my foundation and concealer off camera just because I knew I was gonna be like dabbing a lot, and I didn't know if it was gonna be like hard to talk while doing that. And I'm sorry, I'm like, doing your makeup and talking and telling a story is actually harder than I thought. So I feel like I'm kind of all over the place, but hopefully you guys get the gist of it. So this coronavirus in a way is like buying me more time to study. I just kind of wish that like I already took my SPI, so then during all this I could be studying for my vascular, because that's the test that really matters. But that's not the way it is. But yeah, that's my update. So yeah, I will be taking the RVT after I take my SPI, and then I will finally be able to work as an ultrasound tech at my job, and I'm pretty excited about it. I just wish that it wasn't taking me so long, because I graduated in December and it's now April, and I just really didn't see it getting to this point. Like the whole time I kept saying that I was going to take the SPI before I graduated, and then that didn't happen. So then I said like I was gonna take it before the end of January, and that didn't happen. And as you can see, I just keep pushing and pushing and pushing. So I strongly recommend, as hard as it seems to take it while you're still in school, take it in school while you're in that school mode and you have the motivation to study and you're not working full-time. My school actually just changed the rules where you actually have to take the SPI before you graduate. That was something that they did right after I graduated, and I wish it was implemented while I was still in school. As much as I would have been like not happy about it while I was in school, I really would have been so much better off. So now I'm just gonna go in with this boy brow for my eyebrows. I hate doing my brows just because they don't really have like a specific shape. They're just like there, and I just don't know what to do with them, and it's kind of annoying. So this just kind of brushes them and gives them a little tint, and honestly that is just good enough for me. So I actually told that story a little bit faster than I thought I would, so I figured I'd just show you guys the rest of my makeup because I'm almost done. and it actually feels really good to have makeup back on. Like, it just boosts my mood. Make sure you bring the bronzer down the neck so it all matches. Alright, so this is basically just a finished look. Nothing crazy, just a really quick, easy, everyday look. And I'm just gonna add a little bit of color with my NARS. Oops. It's just like this pretty pink. It's in the shade Fast Lane, and it's like, it smells good, and it's kind of just like really moisturizing, like a lip balm, and then it's just this pretty shade of pink. And I'm trying to be like a fancy YouTuber, but it's not focusing for me, so that was a fail. But yeah, just to give it a little tint. And there we go, all ready with nowhere to go. But yeah, I just wanted to give you guys that quick little update about my ultrasound life. And yeah, and I think I'm just gonna like vlog the rest of this. Like I said, I'm looking for little activities to do, so once I find that activity today, I will bring you guys along for it. So now I'm just playing some Animal Crossing. I've been really into this game, and I wanted to show you guys my little character. She has her face mask on because the name of my island is Island Quarantine. Very fitting for what's going on in the world right now. But yeah, this is her, and I'll show you guys the inside of her house. It's not like super decorated or anything yet, but I just really like my wallpaper, so I figured I'd show you. Yeah, this is it. It's pretty cute. But I just finished my museum for Blathers. So that's under construction right now, and I'm hoping it'll be ready by tomorrow, and maybe I'll show you guys. But yeah, this is a really fun game. So if you're looking for something to do during quarantine, I would strongly recommend playing this game. But you do need a Nintendo Switch for it. Which my boyfriend was kind enough to let me borrow his, because he has two. So yeah, just wanted to show you guys this. Okay, so I'm about to make the coffee that's gone viral on TikTok. I'm just gonna call it the TikTok coffee. And I haven't ever had it, but it looks really good, and I'm interested to see what it tastes like because I'm fiending for my Starbucks, so this is kind of the next best thing. So I have all my ingredients here, and I'm gonna show you guys what you'll need if you wanna try it at home. So I just have this classic roast instant coffee. I have sugar, and I'm going to be using oat milk, but you can use whatever milk you have at home. And then I have my cup with ice in it, and I have boiled my water, and you just need this teaspoon measuring. So what you have to do first is you're going to need 1 tablespoon of the instant coffee. And then you need a tablespoon of sugar. And then just a little bit of hot water. We're kind of just gonna eyeball it here. Don't go crazy. Okay, so once you have this little concoction, you have to stir it for 5 minutes. And apparently that's a big step in this whole process, so I'm literally gonna time myself for 5 minutes, mixing it all up. So let me get my spoon, and here we go. Alright, it's been 5 minutes. Now my arm is killing me, but we have this consistency that does look a little bit different than it did before. Okay, so I just filled my cup up with the oat milk, and now I'm just going to pour this right on top. And I'm going to mix it around with my straw. And I'm kind of nervous to try this, but also excited. I mean, it looks good. All right, let's try it out. I'm kind of picky with my coffee, so I'll give you guys my honest opinion. It's pretty good. It definitely has that whipped taste that you want. At first I was like, because it's not as sweet as I would like it, but then when I taste it for a second time, it's actually really good. Oh my god! The more I drink it, the more I'm like, this is really good. Definitely make this at home, guys. I don't think you're gonna regret it. So I wanted to show you guys my little setup because I think it's kind of funny. I found this in my brother's room. He had like his record player on it. Well, he doesn't live here anymore, so I took it. I was like, that would be perfect for eating dinner in my bed so I don't get my food everywhere. So I just wanted to show you what I'm having. I'm having a cheeseburger, a pickle, and some sweet potato tots that I made in the air fryer. And just some water. And of course, like I said I do with breakfast, sometimes I do this with dinner. I'm watching The Vampire Diaries. So, life is good right now.